Buenas noches, mi gente. Aquí estamos en una noche demasiado especial porque en este mes, empezando esta noche, es el mes de la raza hispana. Aquí estoy con mi hermano Bo. Hey, welcome to Hispanic Heritage Month, baby.
It is day one of Hispanic Heritage Month until October 15th. Glad to have you with us, my friend.
Sir, it is always a pleasure to be here to talk high school football.
Yeah, I tell you what, we got a big night. Week 5 is already here. I mean, the season flies.
Listen, all I know, week 8 comes around, we're going to see a couple more of this. I might just put all 8 of them on.
Show us the latest. Every week he's got to show us one of his Alcoa rings.
A little bit different one.
Man's got 8 of them.
Come on. Come on.
Hey, I tell you what, before we jump into what's happening tonight, we do want to first of all, wait, we got to show. We're going dessert tonight. We always have our tailgate feast. I get a little bit higher there. Get above the halftime report sign there. Bring that up a little bit bigger.
There we go.
We got cookie. We got all kinds of stuff that add to the koozie that I say protects my 6-pack.
Hey, you know what? We're just getting ready for summer. Our floating devices. I'm ready.
Our floaties.
That's it.
There you go. Good stuff, man. We got a little bit of everything. I tell you what, real quick before we get into tonight, we're going to jump in, take a look at last night with a little bit of a flashback. Had a couple of games last night. Let's get you caught up.
Both Clinton and Powell 2-2 heading into tonight's contest. And the first, Powell going to strike Deuce Rogers on the quarterback keep. Walks his way into the end zone. Panthers start the scoring 7-0. Powell looking to win on both sides. Tonight, not just one. Nico McDonald rolls in for the sack on Clinton's Joshua. Keith Clinton suffering the loss of yards on third down. Now, it was all Panthers early on. Rogers once again holding on to it. This time, 16 yards. He's going to take it to the house, 28-zip Powell. But the Dragons weren't about to leave the first half without anything to show. Keith looks to his side. Juwan Goins breaks the tackle. He finds the open space, and Clinton puts themselves on the board. 12 seconds until the break. We're back after the half, and the handoff going to go to Connor Wheeler straight up the gut with a clear path. That's a 35-7 lead for the Panthers, made possible by Wheeler's not one, not two, but third touchdown of the night. Rolling into the fourth, Dragons had no quit. Keith with time to think. Jeremiah Lee, the target downfield, jogs in the final few for a Clinton touchdown. Dragons trail 35-14. Both teams put a few more points on the scoreboard. Final, though, staying with the Panthers, 45-27. Out in Morristown West is hosting Daniel Boone. Mo West up 3-0 late in the second quarter. Trojan threatening quarterback Malachi Isom eyeing a receiver but decides to tuck it. Then he trucks a defender for the score. Trojans lead 9-0 at the break. First drive of the second half, Caleb Miller gets the handoff and barrels his way into pay dirt for the 16-0 Mo West advantage. The Trojans immediately get the ball back. Isom whips one over the middle to John Michael Rosen. He eludes a tackle and then trots into the end zone. Morristown West roots Daniel Boone 32-0.
All right, Casey, thank you. So some action last night.
Absolutely.
Some good Thursday night games for you. But we're back to Friday night now. And I tell you, the game of the week tonight, Halls at Carter. Halls, I mean, they only won 2 games last year, and they haven't lost this year. It's like 2 totally different teams.
Hey, it's like we always talk about, you know, in the coaching aspect of the world, last year means nothing.
Yeah.
This year is a new year.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm glad that they've done whatever they needed to do to accomplish what they're doing right now, and they're up at the moment.
Yeah. There's a song that my son played for me one day, and the name of it is, "If you want to be a winner, you've got to learn to lose."
That's it.
And it's almost like, you know, they learned a lot last year, and they're putting it all together. Dominic Webster, he's at that game for us. Let's get a quick update.
Dominic Webster here at the Carter versus Halls game at Carter. It was a defensive stalemate the first 3 minutes of the first quarter. However, Halls broke the floodgates open with an early touchdown on their second drive of the game. The very next drive, Carter drove down the field with an air ball caught right at the front corner of the end zone. Carter tying it up at 7, but it's been all Halls from there. The next 3 scores belong to the Red Devils, and the lone score in the second quarter also belonging to Halls, 28-7 at halftime here. We'll have much more coming up at 11:14 during Friday Frenzy.
All right, Dominic, thank you very much. And yeah, Halls, I mean, they are just a steamroll right now. And Carter's been playing well, too. They've won 3 in a row. You thought maybe if there's a chance that Halls could be tripped up, it could have been tonight. But right now, 28-7.
28-7, Hall's doing a great job, you know, coming from that last year, only just winning 2 games, to doing what they're doing this year.
Yeah.
I know that they're happy in the locker room right now at halftime.
Yeah, man, they're getting it done on both sides of the ball. Great offensive line as well there at Halls. All right, our KCK, we heard from her just a moment ago on the flashback to last night, but she's out also working the fields for us. Bearden at Hardin Valley, she's there. Also Chattanooga Christian at Webb tonight. Let's get you up to date.
Hey guys, KCK here checking in from Webb High School. Prior to here, I was at Bearden at Hardin Valley. Now, Bearden had some struggles, a couple consecutive turnovers, but they did manage to pull the lead 21-9 when I left, about 3 minutes remaining in that first half. Webb right now here, they're winning 33-0. Looks like it's going to be another stamp for a win for them tonight.
The ball boy's getting some airtime there behind her. That's for sure.
Hey, I know those kids are having a great time.
I did that for 4 years.
You did?
Growing up when I was a little kid. Man, you thought you were like in the NFL.
Man,
ball boy on the sideline.
You know what? As a little kid in Venezuela, I was working, so I'm glad that you got to be a ball boy. You know.
Well, I was kind of working.
Hey, that is work. Hey, I did want to talk about going back to that Powell game.
Yeah.
Especially us being here in Hispanic Heritage Month. They do have a player, a sophomore over there at Powell, that is our Hispanic Player of the Week.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Carlos Lopez with Friday Frenzy. Hey, and I took time that we were here at Powell High School today to catch our Hispanic Player of the Week, Iverson Garcia Ponce, Honduran parents. Hey, man, Hispanic Heritage Month starts tomorrow. What does it feel like, having that Honduran background and being able to play American football?
It's feeling great. A lot of support, a lot of culture on the football team, and I get a lot of support from the audience. It feels amazing. It feels amazing.
Hey, you're going to be getting a lot of support from the Latino community too. What can we expect to see you do tonight that we're going to talk about tomorrow on our halftime show?
I'll give you 3 sacks, 10 tackles, 2 TFLs, and
Hey, that's it. That's all you're going to get. Good luck, man. Good luck tonight. Hey, I'm Carlos Lopez with Friday Frenzy right here on WATE.com. See you guys.
Okay.
All right, so we got to go back and look at his stats. We're going to have to find out if he got
Now
the
we're
10.
gonna, at least Powell got the W right there.
That's right.
So, but one of the things that impressed me the most was, having Honduran parents. Growing up here in the United States, he's working on that Spanish.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that he told me in Spanish was, "Mi familia es importante y mi cultura es importante." And he talked to me like that in Spanish. My family is important and my culture is important. Growing up in Hispanic countries, the sport that we play, it's either soccer, baseball, or something else.
Yeah.
And coming over here and trying something new and seeing these kids excel, not only in the classroom but on the field, and wanting to represent their heritage, that's priceless.
That's great. Of course, we celebrate them this month, but we need to celebrate them year-round. 365 days.
Hey, that's for me.
Everybody.
I love it. I love it.
Fantastic.
Everybody.
All right, you ready to jump into some
Let's
scores?
do it.
All right, man, let's get some scores going here. Make sure I hit the right button. There we go. We're in the upper right-hand corner, so you still got to look at us. All right, here we go. Tennessee is Sevier County. Sevier County looking to turn things around a little bit. 21-7, right? You have some snacks?
No, I was gonna see if anybody wants anybody hungry, get your coffee ready. Oh, come on now.
21-7 in the fourth quarter. Smoky Bears. I think Sevier's got off to kind of a rough start. Excuse me. So this could be a big win for them.
I'm glad that we got Sevier County up here because on the last Friday Frenzy last week that we did, somebody said, "What about Sevier County?" But we did not have any other scores.
We don't have their score.
No, we didn't.
All right, well, we got it up there now, and you're up 21-7.
Here we go.
Good to see. Grace Christian. It's a tight one against Notre Dame down in Chattanooga. 10-7. That one in the third. So they need the kicker to come on to tie this one up.
I'm always pulling for Grace right here. Their head coach. We played together at Carson Newman, so come on, Grace.
All right, Cocke County at David Crockett, 25-8. The Pioneers on top in the third. Loudon trailing 10-7 to Hickson right now, but still got about another quarter, a little over a quarter still to play there. This is a low-scoring game.
It is a low-scoring game. Hey, you already said it. We need that kicker to come out here and tie that game.
To come on. That may come down to that. Westridge tonight and William Blount. William Blount having one of its best years ever. And it's kind of a carryover from their basketball season last year, which they just tore it up on the court.
Absolutely.
They're looking good. This is a high school. There's no defense in this game. 35-32, 67 points have already been put on the board third quarter, but this is one that's going to look like it's going to come down to the wire.
I know that they want to win this game to keep going on what they're doing this season.
I think if they win tonight, I want to say this will be I don't think William Blount's ever gone 5-0.
I don't think so.
I think last week they tied a mark, so best of luck to them. Bearden tonight on the road at Hardin Valley. Hardin Valley got off to that great start. And now they've hit a little bit of a stumbling block. They had lost, I think they lost last week, and now, of course, Bearden tonight 35-9. Bulldogs finally getting it going after losing a couple tight ones there at the beginning of the season.
Hey, but you got that heart for the Bulldogs, though.
Both my kids with the beard.
You
Yeah,
got
you
the heart
called
for
me
the
out on that
Bulldogs.
one. Both of my kids are Bearden graduates. All right. But I got a lot of friends who have kids that go to Hardin Valley.
There you go.
So I got to play it down the line today. Jeff Coe, also another one of those schools having a really good season this
They are having
year.
a
The
good season.
Patriots up 35-7 on the road at Mo East. So it's always good to see, especially when you hit the road like that, you can kind of keep things going. How about Heritage?
Heritage.
Yeah.
Hey, ever since the head coach
Yeah.
came in, having
Had
ties
to change,
to,
yep.
to UT football, Heritage is making a change. Come on.
On the road at Carnes, 35-21, your score there. Halls, we heard from Dominic, looks like they've added a touchdown, so now it's 35-7 in the third. It was 28-7 at the break. So
There we go.
Halls continuing to roll. Harriman, still looking to get on the board, taking on Coalfield tonight at Harriman. 36-0 the score there in the third. How about Granger trying to get on the board at Sullivan East? And again, this kind of goes back. We were talking about this the last time we were together. Just trying to keep your team engaged. It's a game of 4 quarters. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. And I still have trouble looking at that name Granger. That used to be Heritage back in the day, right? Or Rutledge.
Rutledge.
Granger County used to be Rutledge back in the day, but it's now Granger.
There you go.
I got you.
There's your history
There
lesson
it
of the
is.
day. Kingston, Yellow Jackets to take it on Scott. Kingston in control in the third right now on the road. 21-0 is your score. Jellicoe, we got some shutouts going here.
How are you going to pronounce this one this week?
I
Unaka or Unaka?
you ask me that
It's
every
Hispanic Heritage Month. We got to say Unaka.
Unaka.
There
all
we
right,
go.
all right. 14-0 at the half. Union County getting blanked as well. South Green, 33-0 over the Patriots right now. That's a tough road game there at the break.
Union County's got to do something. I think they have some tornadoes visiting there next week.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we talked about them. That was the team we talked about last week. They were down like 63-0 at one point. But they came back and they put points on the board in the second half.
That's what matters.
And it is what matters. Oak Ridge. This is a good one. McMinn County, 7-3 at the break. That's a tight one.
Oak Ridge have been having a fantastic season thus far.
They have.
I've seen a couple of things online that people were calling for Oak Ridge to, possibly win a state championship this year. So it looks like a great game so far.
Yeah, 7-3 right now at the half. Polk County leaving Oneida 10-7, another tight one. So after a handful of shutouts that were seeing there, now we're seeing some tight ball games. Here's another one. Rockwood at Oliver Springs, 19-14.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah,
Tight game.
Love to see that at this point in the season. Love to see these tight ball games. Greenback 22-14 over Oakdale, another halftime score. We'll see if we get some more updates for you. Meigs County, that's a good one. Making the trip to Crossville. 14-13, your score there.
Have you ever been to that campus at Stone Memorial?
Stone Memorial is beautiful. Yeah.
Beautiful campus.
Beautiful campus. And the great thing now is you go over to Stone Memorial, check out the beautiful campus, then you go over to the other side of the interstate and go to Buc-ee's. So there you go.
Speaking of Buc-ee's, I just seen that they just are not going to be building the Buc-ee's in Clarksville, Tennessee. So they just no Buc-ee's in Clarksville now.
Well, there you go. Next time we're headed north of Nashville, we'll know we need to
There
stock
you
up
go.
earlier when we go through Crossville. Got to stock up. Let's see where we are. Science Hill, Maryville looking to rebound. Maryville up 24-6. That'd be a big win for Maryville.
That
to get back
will
on
be
track.
a big win for Maryville.
As an Alcoa guy, I'm reading the Maryville score. You're
Let me put my Alcoa coach hat on right now. For the 9 years that I've spent there, anytime that I saw Maryville lose, that was a win for me.
okay.
Now let me take that hat off. I want them to.
Now you just got your Blount County cap.
Now
on,
I
or
just
your
got my
East
Blount
Tennessee cap
County,
on.
East
Yeah.
Tennessee. Just
Okay.
hey, I want all this East Tennessee teams
There you go.
to perform well.
I'll tell you, Blount County schools, though, we already talked about Maryville, good bounce back here. Alcoa obviously continuing to
Doing great.
roll. Heritage winning tonight.
Doing great.
William Blount hoping to
Having a
remain
great
unbeaten,
season.
having a great season.
Absolutely.
So Blount County producing some good football this year.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Let's continue to update. We're going to scroll down. We already talked about William Blount. We'll go down Bearden, still
Bearden
on
putting up
top.
some more
Union County
points.
still trailing. I know we got some more scores down here toward the bottom. Okay, there's Alcoa at Austin East tonight taking on the Roadrunners, 28-0 at the break. I don't think this is a huge surprise, but again, Alcoa continues to roll. I'm still hopeful, though, at some point we can see the Roadrunners get that program rolling. I don't know, they're getting that thing in the right direction. It takes time, but they used to just dominate.
They have, in the early and the mid 2000s, they just had, some athletes. But I know that the leadership that they have right now at Austin East with the admin and the AD, I know that they're bringing in some people to, build the program up.
Yeah, pulling for them. McMinn Central, Sweetwater, 30-10 right now is the score there.
I am pulling for McMinn Central. If I'm not mistaken, one of the coaches at Alcoa, his father is a coach at McMinn Central, so I'm glad McMinn's up.
Okay, we'll keep this balanced. I'm going to pull for Sweetwater.
Okay.
And let's see. We'll continue to scroll back down here a little bit. Let's see. Where are we? There we are. Northview. We were talking about them.
Northview's undefeated.
And a lot of people haven't noticed this yet. But Northview's rolling 28-13 at the half in this one, but, man, they're having a great season.
Well, you know, they had the new head coach coming in from Catholic, switching the program around. I spent 2 years teaching at Northview Academy as a Spanish teacher there, so my Cougars need to keep it going.
All right, well, right now they're up by 15. I did my quick math. Anderson County and Seymour.
Man, we're just rolling from Northview to the school that I graduated from. Come on, Eagles. Hey,
they got a touchdown.
Anderson County's got a great program, though.
They have a great program.
Anderson County's got a great program.
Can't take anything away from there, but, you know, hey, it's at the break, 30 points, but still got to play a game, a whole other half to go.
We got 2 quarters to go. Let's go.
All right, Hampton tonight, rolling right now over Cumberland Gap, 49-14. South Doyle at the break, trailing Gibbs. Gibbs, another one of those teams, having a good season. They got off that. They were disappointed by not winning the home opener.
Yep.
But ever since then, man, they have just been rocking and rolling. They've put together a pretty good campaign, just like they did last year. So good things there at Gibbs. Let's see, where are we? There we go. Knoxville Catholic, 35-10 at the break. So up by 25 right now over the Saints. Sequoia blanking Howard, 14-0. That's a second quarter score. Bledsoe County and Central, you see the score there in the second. And then also Tellico Plains and York Institute. York Institute. That's a trip, first of all, for Tellico Plains. That's a road trip. But York right now, that's a good score for them. In the first, 20-0.
In the first quarter, 2-0. There you go.
How about Christian CAK, Christian Academy of Knoxville and Lakeway Christian, 8-8.
UC 8-8.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
It's a baseball game, and we're in the 11th inning, and we're still we got more extra innings to go.
You're thinking what? 2 touchdowns and 2 safeties, or what?
Oh, you guys seriously? No, I was really thinking of a baseball game. Yeah, I'm thinking 2 touchdowns. No, 2 touchdowns apiece, and no, I think they went for 2.
You think they went for 2?
I think they went for 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they both went for 2.
Okay.
Maybe the kicking game's not great. I don't know. We need to send you over there and work with their special teams.
Hey, come on.
You get some kickers.
I'm available anytime. Anybody needing the kicking lessons?
Boy, there we
just
go.
call WATE.
All right, these scores. There's some West and Central. Ooh,
Whoa.
Man.
We got a final score right here,
Yeah,
53-0
53-0
West over Central.
Chucky Doak. Wait, that's a low-scoring game. 7-0 over Pigeon Forge. Final there. And Webb tonight, and that was one of the games I want to say Casey went to. They're going to win 33-0 tonight as Chattanooga Christian makes the drive up I-75.
Okay.
So a couple of finals starting to roll in. Let's go back here to the top real quick as they continue to refresh. We'll kind of check on a few of them, and then we'll continue on. But Sevier County still up 28-7. It was 21-7. I think they've added another touchdown.
There you go.
Also Heritage hanging on against Carnes. Jeffco rolling over in Morristown right now. Oak Ridge, McMinn, no changes
Still
there.
right there.
Yeah, it's a tight one. And let's see. And let's get that Maryville one in there, 24-6. Who else we want to check on here? Did we touch on our? Let's see. Did we touch on William Blunt? Oh, William Blunt now by 10. That was just like a 3-point game a moment ago. Westridge now up by 10, 42-32. There's our game of the week. Halls right now still rolling 35-7 is the score there. Let's take a moment. We do want to honor this week's Player of the Week, William Blunt quarterback, Brett Cortez.
All right, Brett, 132 passing yards, 226 yards on the ground. As a quarterback, having that dual threat ability, how beneficial is that?
It's beneficial not just for me, but for my team, and to keep the defense guessing. We don't know if they don't know if we can call a quarterback run or just throw it. 6
total touchdowns. Why not out on a 7th?
I guess just ran out of time there at the end. Got to take a knee once in a while, but yeah.
You come back in the 2023 season recovering from an MCL tear. What really motivated you during that recovery process to get where you are now?
Right. Well, I just knew going into my senior year I needed to be better than what I was. And coming off an MCL tear, I needed to work even harder. So that's just what I did in the weight room.
I believe you said that playing basketball was a really big key to success, to recovering from that injury. Can you speak to that a little bit more and why that was so beneficial for you?
Just doing the plyometrics training and jumping and cutting and just being on it, running all the time. That really helped.
Last season, you're the starting quarterback. This team doesn't come out with a win the entire season, but you come back this year, 4 wins in 4 games under your belt. What's been the difference?
The difference was the off-season. We just worked super hard in the weight room, and the kids believed. I see it. And the kids really just believed in the coaches and the weight room and the process, and that's just what happened.
Congratulations, Brett. You're our Friday Frenzy Player of the Week. Congratulations. Give him some love, guys.
But don't hurt the quarterback.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
That's what it's all about. He had that red jersey on. Come on now.
Yeah, that's
Protect
right.
the quarterback.
That's right. But hey, William Blunt down by 10 right now in that game on the road, but looking to go 5-0 for the first time in that program's history. And you heard right there that team really coming together, putting in those what we don't see.
Absolutely.
All that extra effort in the offseason, and it's paying off for them right now.
And one of the things that I've been lucky and privileged to see is that you do not win championships when August comes.
Yeah.
You win championships in the offseason, and that's something that I've been able to see it be a part of at Alcoa. As soon as, we've been privileged enough over there to have won a couple of state championships, but as soon as that game is over, those players get maybe 2.5 weeks off, and then they're back at it again, in the weight room, on the field, doing whatever it is that they need to do to come back. And at the end of the day, I know we joke around about, the rings that I have here, but at the end of the day, every single player and every single coach is competing for one of this. We were in the state championship when we were playing against East Nashville, and the East Nashville head coach was coming to talk to Brian Nix, the head coach, and the gratitude that he had just to be in the state championship game was unbelievable.
Wow.
And there are many coaches out there that won't even have an opportunity to go even play for a state championship. So it's just, everybody wants one of this. Everybody wants to be a champion, but a lot of teams don't want to put in that work. But the teams that do put in that work
pays off.
Yeah.
One thing you said there that I picked up on, I honed in on. You said, we won a couple of championships at Alcoa. I think you won more than a couple.
We gotta, we gotta keep it.
That whole spiel was great. That was the one thing I took away.
Hey, look, a couple.
A couple.
What, 23?
Okay. All right. Hey, real quick, let's just double check a few more scores, then we're going to let you go. Of course, we got highlights coming up for you later on tonight. But again, let's refresh again. Sevier County up. Heritage continuing to roll there. Jeff, go, man.
There you go.
Getting it done, man. I love to see that, too, when programs, when they've had a few down years, and they come bouncing back.
Let me ask you
together.
this.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. You've had a couple of down years. Let's say you're a head coach. You have a couple of down years. You come back the next year, and you have the ability to put up points. How many points you putting up? As many as your team can? Or are you taking it back? Are you putting up 60 points on a team to 0?
Depends if it's my rival. No, we put points on the board, but I think there's things to be learned there too. You need to be a good winner.
Okay.
You've been a good loser for a while. Now I got to teach you to be a good winner.
Now
you're gonna tell me I'm crazy.
Here's the last question that I got for you right here.
Okay.
And this is going to determine if I keep doing this with you right here.
Here we go.
10 seconds to go. It's 17-17. You got a 30-yard field goal to go. Are you going forward to try to get the touchdown, or are you sending your kicker out there to kick it and win the game?
You said how much time? 10 seconds to go?
You got 10 seconds.
I'm sending my kicker.
That's all. Hey, you're going to be seeing me for weeks to come.
I'm sending Carlos out there to kick it for me because I've seen him kick on Living East Tennessee. It was pretty impressive.
We got it in there.
Yeah, you did. I love it, man. Hey, Oak Ridge still trailing. This tight game. We got to watch this one tonight to see if they can pull this thing out.
I want to keep up with it.
Yeah. Science Hill again. Maryville bouncing back from last week, 31-6 right now.
Good for them.
Grace Christian still down by a field goal. Cocke County trailing big to David Crockett right now. Loudon still down by a field goal. There's the game of the week, Halls and Carter. Halls, just one of the best stories of the year so far. Them and William Blunt and Jefferson County. And William Blunt closing back in here. So it was a 10-point game, now 42-38. Anybody else we want to check on here before we let you go? Bearden's in control. Alcoa, there you go, 41-0
there we go.
In the third. Anderson County still up big.
They put up a couple of points there.
Let's see, any more to touch on? Well, I'll tell you, we're going to have all the scores and highlights for you coming up tonight on Friday Frenzy at 11:14. Carlos, my friend, as always.
Man, hey, mi
Great to be
gente,
here.
muy buenas noches, en especialmente en este mes de la raza hispana. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month for everybody out there that's Hispanic. Hey, muy buenas noches. Gracias por estar con nosotros right here on Friday Frenzy.
Fantastic, man. Have yourself a fantastic night. Don't forget to join us later on this evening.
Well, happy Friday, everyone. Overnight lows tonight going to be another cool one for those heading out to any of these Friday football games or just spending any time outside this evening. We'll be seeing the low 60s, 64 in Knoxville and 64 in Maryville. The Vols take on Florida this Saturday. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Eastern down in Gainesville. If you are one of the many Vols fans making the trek down there, well, temperatures are going to be on the warmer end. At 7 p.m. kickoff, temperatures will be in the low 80s, only dropping down towards the low 70s by the end of the game. Some spotty storms are expected, so just be aware of that. Maybe bring the poncho with you down to Florida. For those Vols fans sticking at home, conditions, we do expect to see temperatures remaining close to average in the low 80s. If you want to know more about your forecast going into the weekend, go to WATE.com.